Fantastic Comics. This is Yule.
Hello, this is Stan Lee. Is Jeff there? I want to talk to that little bastard.
Stan Lee? This isn't Stan Lee.
Yeah, Stan Lee, creator of all the Marvel comics.
You created all the Marvel comics.
I created all of the Marvel comics. Even that little shit Speedball, I created that.
And you want to talk to Jeff?
You're damn right I do. He broke my comic book.
Wow. Jeff, there's the Stan Lee on the line for you.
Hello, this is Jeff.
Jeff Carter, you son of a bitch. It's Stan Lee.
Stan, what do you want this time?
You broke my comic book. You dropped the comic book.
How
could you do that?
I did not break your comic book. And it's not your comic book, it's my comic book.
I created Ultimate Spider-Man. I created all the Marvel characters.
Look, we gotta do a podcast tonight. You did not create all the Marvel characters. You did not create Ultimate Spider-Man. It just came out like 5 months ago. You didn't create it. You haven't created anything in years.
I created all. I created Moon Knight, the guy who runs around in his white diapers.
You did not create Moon Knight. Look, it's our 25th episode. It's Tuesday night. We've got to do our podcast. You go to hell and you die, Stan Lee.
Oh, my God. Oh.
You go to hell and you die.
Oh.
Comics X-Men tonight. It's the 4th issue, so it's actually Spencer is writing and Medina is doing art. 1 through 3, I mentioned last week, is right here. It's only $4.99 for the first 3, and then the 4th issue. So I would definitely pick it up. You'll.
Hey there. All the way down here in the beginning, we've got New Avengers. It's continuing the story that is running through that and the normal Avengers book where Norman Osborn has escaped prison, and he's created an Avengers team yet again, one that features Scar, the son of Hulk, and a few other people. Pretty interesting. Got good art by Diodato. And Jeff, what about you?
I would like to talk about Demon Knights. I just read it, and it's awesome, and someone dies in this issue, so it's really exciting. I would also like to talk about Grifter. Green Arrow's in it, and I know a lot of people in Green Arrow, but it's really good, and it's written really well. And there's actually a mention in there Demon Knights, so they might actually tie that in later, because Demon Knights jumps through time, or there's different time periods, so they might, because there's this thing going on in Grifter, and it might tie into what's happening into Demon Knights. So both of those books were really great, so yeah.
All right, so for Image Comics, we have the 5th issue of Severed. If you haven't been reading that, on the last issue, one of the characters seems to have died, and the other one is being set up for a fall. Also, First Blood, which is a Vertigo first issue of American Vampire, iZombie, Unwritten, and Sweet Tooth. These are all the first issues. If only for Sweet Tooth alone, if you haven't gotten this, it's worth it. Jeff Lemire does an excellent job. He's the guy that does Animal Man. He also does Frankenstein. And then Mike Allred's in here. Really good stuff. Also, the second print of Wolverine and the X-Men. It is Wolverine, written by Jason Aaron, and art by Chris Bachalo. I don't know how to say his name. Anyway, it's pretty funny, and I recommend it if you haven't been reading X-Men but like them, and you should give that a try. Anyway.
I want Severed. I know
yeah.
You did say Severed?
Yeah.
It's a great miniseries, and I just read number 5, and it was awesome. So it's...
What about Batwoman?
Yeah, Batwoman I also read. It's kind of an important issue, because Flamebird, it's... a lot of stuff happens with Flamebird, and there's kind of get closer to finding out, who Batwoman is, and she's kind of... It's a really good issue, and really important, and it's just a great book.
Finally got the 3rd issue of Game of Thrones in. If you're a fan of the TV show or the books, you should get it. It's pretty good art. Also, Super Dinosaur. It's a coloring book. If you like the book, or you have kids that like the book, usually boys, then this is a good thing to sit them in front of and have color. Also, Mad Magazine comes out with their 20 dumbest things of 2011. I'm sure there's a lot of really good ones in there. And lastly, I'd like to talk about Journey into Mystery. It's written by Kieran Gillen, who also does Uncanny X-Men. He usually has a few artists that have been working on it. It's really good. The first storylines have been were all about Fear itself, and now it's the Shattered Heroes, which is kind of like the fallout from Fear itself. And it's an excellent book. Jeff, you got any more?
I just wanted to mention one more. It's The Strain by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan. It's their comic book. I think it's based on one of their books that they do together. But it's different art, and it's not the greatest, but I think it's pretty cool looking.
But best.
But best, it's $1.
And Dave Lapham.
Dave Lapham.
Oh, but Mike Huddleston, who also does Butcher Baker, does it.
Dave Lapham is a really great writer. Anything he writes is usually good. So, pick that up. It's $1. And let's go to the trades. A lot of good trades.
So we're going to really quick go through some trades. We've got a new Abe Sapien, The Drowning. If you're a fan of Mike Mignola, BPRD, Hellboy, that's for you. Also Fables, a new trade. Volume 16 just came out. And it's a real big week for Hickman books. Jonathan Hickman. There's a hardcover of the Nightly News. It's like the 5th anniversary of the book. Red Wing, which was an excellent miniseries. I got this book myself, just came out. And also his Secret Warriors. Plus, we failed to mention there was a 4th issue that came out of S.H.I.E.L.D. later on. Also, Satrapi is this Psy. She does Persepolis, Chicken with Plums, embroideries. I recommend checking it out. And also Walking Dead. This is volume 15. It takes you all the way up to 90. We still have issues of 91, and 92 also comes out this week. And maybe I should end with The Rocketeer. This was a mini-series that is that we were doing our first podcast. We were showing it. So there's Kaluta does a story in here. You've got Mike Allred, John Cassidy does stuff. Then there's really great pinups. If you're a fan of Rocketeer or Dave Stevens, this book's really good. And it's, even if you're not, it's got some really great work, and I recommend everybody picking it up. So that and a lot of toys and a Carnage poster I recommend you coming in and checking out. And don't forget, we're still doing a toy drive that will be picked up later on this week. So if you have any toys that are still in wrap or packages, you should bring them in. And every Wednesday's new comics, I recommend you come in and give them a try.